Happy Pride Month, guys! Hello, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel. Yo, it has legit been a month plus since I uploaded, and I was so engrossed in what I was doing that I hadn't realized it had been a month until I came up for air, and I was like, oh, oops. So, last video that I posted, I was doing Veda, vlogging or putting up a video every day in the month of April. I made it to like April 25th or 26th, and then I didn't get another one up after that. It's because I was traveling and I was supposed to pre-upload the videos. I didn't get to do that because trying to think of a video, film it, edit it, upload it every single day was a lot. And on top of that, like when I got to Vegas, which is where I went for my birthday, things just really didn't go as planned. And since I was with people who do not know I do the YouTube thing, I wasn't filming because who's gonna like be in a hotel in Vegas or just be anywhere in Vegas and pull out their phone and start talking about books and everybody else is drinking and they like, oh really? So I didn't get to it. I did have some footage where I was talking about the books that I read on the trip, but it was kind of rushed and incoherent because I was trying to film while like the other people went went out to get ice or went down to the casino for like half an hour, so I was trying to rush and it was jumbled and it was just a mess, which is why I didn't upload it. And then in the month of May, I pretty much wrote every single solitary day in the month of May. In May, I wrote 62,000, I think it was, words. 62,000. I started a contemporary romance, which I am really proud of my concept so far. It needs a lot of tweaking, and then I just kind of hit a wall. And then when I hit that wall, I looked up and I was like, oh shit, it's June 2nd. Ooh. Should probably film something. Then also, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, which is where you will always see me if I'm not here, because Twitter takes very little effort for me to just talk shit and hit send and go on about my beeswax. Instagram takes a lot of effort and she's lazy. You will see if you follow me on Twitter that I had a lot of other shit going on because after the Vegas trip I had some kind of damage to my foot where I thought that I had a hairline fracture for a little bit. Actually, I apparently have plantar fasciitis, which got aggravated by walking around in Vegas with sandals on. Many steps, so I had a lot of pain in my foot and up to my hip, just one side, for a couple weeks. And then I had some kind of weirdo allergic reaction where my face just fucking ballooned. It was like this close to like an anaphylactic reaction. Actually, it was an anaphylactic reaction because my throat swelled up. So I went to the ER and then I had hives and swelling like intermittently for another week. I was like, I'm not filming, so I just delved deeper into my writing and then just nothing happened because by the time all that got done, it was like mid-May, May 20 something, somewhere in there, and I was just really wanted to just like, while I had the momentum, I wanted to take advantage of that momentum and get words on the paper. And then, so, TBR, which is like the first video I filmed in like 36 days or some crazy shit like that. I'm so sorry. So, I do have some books that I want to read for Pride Month, because Pride Month, what? And I have some books that I need to finish for May. And this week it is also Smutathon. Smutathon is a readathon that was started and is hosted by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey and Riley Marie, whose channels I will link down in the description box. It is a readathon that takes place over the course of a week, and it is smutty themed books. Now, I don't have a flat out TBR for that because this time the challenges are set up as a bingo board, and I will put that bingo board right here. Whereas I would usually just kind of pick tropes, or I think try to read a book out of all the tropes that are selected or the categories that are selected, this time I'm like, ooh, but though, like, I also want to get bingo. So I mean, there's not really any hard and fast rules, and I could probably read all of them if I really want to, but like trying to pick books that take a bunch of the squares, but I get really extra and competitive, so I just want to try to get like a straight line, tell myself tone it the fuck down, and let's just see what we get. So no strict TBR for that, which is why I'm throwing it in with this TBR, but this is the bingo board, and I will be attempting to vlog the books as I go to keep you guys updated on which spots I'm filling. Now, the only book that I have for definite that are going on here, two of them. First one is Guilty Pleasures by Laura K. Hamilton, which is the Wicked Spirits book of the month. It is a paranormal romance / urban fantasy / like very smutty, very smutty. Yeah. The live show for that will be on my channel June 9th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, like, you know, Washington time, state, not DC. California time, over here on that side, which I'm probably flipped around on the, what the fuck ever. It's Pacific time, 9 a.m. on June 9th. It will be on my channel. Wicked Book Club is a paranormal romance and urban fantasy book club that I started and is now hosted by myself. Brandy, whose channel I will link down below, and Amanda, whose channel I will link down below. And we just kind of round robin it, and it's back around to me this time to be on my channel. And I think next month it's going to Amanda's. Anyway, so guilty pleasures. What really bummed is there aren't any really like paranormal romance specific, like different species. I don't really know, so I don't know where I would put these. I'm pretty sure this book is going to fall into enemies to lovers or different worlds if you take different worlds literally. I don't think that's what it meant in the sense of romance, but I'm just going to find a place to put that. It's not a new to me author. It can't go there. It's definitely not vacation romance, not a one-word title. Bad boy, bad girl. It will definitely fill that box. For sure. I know it's going to be a lot of crazy talk come to the live show. This live show going to be lit as fuck, and I am so ready. But anyway, sorry for the whole first half of this. We'll get to the smut stuff, and then the pride stuff, and then the other. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm moving. Go with me. Next book that I have that I'm for sure reading for Smutathon is The Mister by E.L. James. What? Bitch, E.L. James? You tripping? Yeah, I am. But I really just kind of want to see what you motherfuckers like about E.L. James' writing so much, because I read 50 Shades when it was fan fiction. I was like, ugh. And then when it got published, I was like, well, you know, hopefully it went through publishing. Like, surely editors have fixed, nope. So now that it did not start as fan fiction and then get edited by her into, not fan fiction, contemporary romance, now that it's had like a traditional publishing route, I'm interested to see if, like, what the fuck happens with that. If good, bad, why are you still writing? Like, I'm curious to see if I see what everybody else saw in 50 Shades, because I stylistically am very fucking picky. I'm picky in general. Let's keep it real. I'm a picky bitch. But it wasn't subject matter. Like, I read the fanfic because I like BDSM. I like power exchange stories. So it wasn't the subject matter. It was literally like the way it was written. It was just, to me, it was badly written. So I'm interested to see if that stuff, which is largely editing stuff, or could be fixed with editing stuff. I want to see if that gets fixed, and then I have content and like better writing. I'm curious. And I will be vlogging this experience. Y'all better pray for me, because the bitch is not ready. Alright, now, my Pride TBR. I have five books that I am reading specifically for Pride Month. Yay. The list is pretty small because I did not want to buy any books this month. Because I'm trying to save money. So these are just the books that I had here. So there is gay romance with 2 males. There's sapphic romance with 2 females. But I don't think that I own any books that have NB characters, like non-binary or transgender characters. I have books with those characters in them as secondary, but I want to read books with these characters, like LGBTQ plus characters, as primary. So if you have any books that you recommend with trans, non-binary, like ace, arrow, just link me. Not link, you can't link in the description box. It'll mark you as spam and it takes me forever to see them. Leave me the name and the author, please, and the author. Sometimes y'all just leave names and then so many books pop up when you search them on Goodreads. Leave me the name and the author down in the description box. Alright, now, first book I have for Pride is Once Ghosted, Twice Shy by Alyssa Cole. This is book 2.5 in the Reluctant Royal series. In this book, like in the first book, we have Thabiso, I think, and oh shit, I forgot her name already. Anyway, the prince from the first book, his attaché, his PA, personal assistant, she kind of had this side romance going on with a woman that she met through a dating app while they're in New York, and Thabiso was trying to win his woman over. The woman ended up, like, the romance failed. The woman ended up ghosting Lakotsi and so Lakota was kind of heartbroken by the time we went back, but we never really know, we didn't learn in that book exactly what happened. So in this book, they're back in New York again, and Lakota's on this train that gets stalled, and then she runs into Fabiola, who is the woman who ghosted her, and Fabiola is basically asking, like, let me take you out for tea. Let's, like, give me another chance. So, supposed to be super cute and sexy. I'm excited. I bought this book the day it came out in Kindle, which is why I'm not holding it up, and I still have not read it. Shenanigans. But Pride Month gives me a wonderful excuse to read it, so I'm ready. Then I have Shadow's Seduction by Cressida Cole. This is Immortals After Dark book number 17. This is the single solitary, the only Immortals After Dark book that I have not read yet, because it's really hard to find a physical format, so I just finally gave the fuck up and bought an ebook. This one is a little weird. I'm really not sure how this is going to go, because, like, not the summary, the premise is a little, I don't know, something about it just it could be like a, that wasn't done quite right. I don't know yet. We'll see. But here's where it goes. We have Prince Mercia, who is a Dacian, which is like kind of a vampire, but not a vampire. And then his friend Caspian, who is a vampire tracker. They're kind of very hedonistic friends. They're hanging out. They're basically looking for trouble to get into. They're looking for women to get into. But by the end of the night, they end up kissing each other. So it turns into this thing, from what I understand from like the vague-ish summary, to where there's a possibility that they're fated mates. Because Mercia is a Dacian, their relationship has to be approved by King Lothair. And if you read any of the Immortal After Dark books, Lothair is batshit fucking crazy on a good day, so there's no telling. He might not give two shits, but the way that they said that kind of made me wonder, to like, well, I mean, he's probably not going to approve it because it's a male couple. I don't know. But I love Cressida Cole's writing. I love her series. It's a paranormal romance series. They are fun. They are slightly smutty. They're not really all that smutty from what, yeah, no, they kind of are. They're a little smutty, but they're not crazy. And they're just always really, really fun, and they're just quick. They're like candy. They're just treats. They're great fun. But this one is a novella, so I should be able to read it in like 3-4 hours. Then I have The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. This is book 2 in Once Upon a Con series. The first one was Geekarella, which I fucking love. Geekarella. I read it like my first year of booktube, and I am obsessed. If you are a Comic-Con goer, a sci-fi lover, just a geek in general, this is like a love letter to all of us, and it's great. I fucking love it. This one, the two main characters, Imogen and Jessica. Jessica is an actress in the Starfield fandom. Starfield being like this big, it's like Star Trek or Star Wars for this universe. This is super, super big, all-encompassing like universe with this incredibly like dedicated fandom. She's an actress who plays Princess Amara, one of the biggest characters in the series, but she don't really like it. It's not like a really challenging Oscar-winning role to her. So, to get ready to go to this con, her character is getting killed off and she's excited. But then we have Imogen, who loves this character, loves this fandom, and she's not having it. Because the two look alike, Imogen gets mistaken for Jessica and sits on the panel and kind of, you know, voices her disgruntlement about the whole, like, her character getting killed off. Now, whereas afterwards Imogen's like, oh fuck, Jessica's gonna hate me, they're gonna like ban me from everything, shit. Instead, a kind of a mystery pops up in which the script gets leaked and some other things get leaked. So Jessica asks Imogen to remain like in those switch places so that they can discover what happened, but while they're switching places, Jessica starts to fall for Imogen's best friend or one of Imogen's friends, and then Imogen, who is not the actress, starts to fall for one of Jessica's assistants or co-workers or something of the sort. One of these better be a sapphic romance, damn it, between one of the two couples, because there's like 2 romances in here. I am prepared for a sapphic romance. That's what I want. That's what I need. I thought they were going to fall for each other, but I guess 2 people that look alike would be a weird I don't know. Whatever. I'm still excited for it because Geekarella was awesome. And if I'm guessing which friend it is that Jessica falls for of Imogen's, I'm pretty sure that one for sure is a sapphic romance. So Then I have Cloak and Silence, which is another paranormal. This is part of the League series by Sherilyn Kenyon. Sherilyn Kenyon writes these very in-depth, very detailed, very multi-layered universes. And this one is not like her Dark Hunter series, in which that one has a lot of kind of Greek mythology and a bunch of other pantheons in it as well. This one is futuristic. It takes place in the future. I don't know what's wrong with me. But there's space travel, there's different planets, all kind of other fun stuff, and multiple species and races. Now, in this one, I'm just going to read you the back because apparently I fucking suck today. One of the fiercest soldiers the Phyrexians have ever produced, Maris Soul has been, or Sule, has been an outsider the whole of his life. He grew up with a secret that cost him everything, his birthright, his family, and his military career. In all his life, he's only had one love, and he has sacrificed his own happiness to see his best friend reunited with the woman he loves. But now that his good deed is done, he feels lost and adrift. Even though they do their best to include him in their new family, he's once again on the outside looking in. Tuur has spent his life hiding from everyone around him while trying desperately to fit in. His family, the world, you name it. Badly hurt by everyone he's ever known, he trusts no one except his own best friend. And honestly, he can't understand why he trusts her. Nor can he believe her when she describes the loyalty between friends, the likes of which he's never seen. When he's in his darkest hour, he's saved by a hero he thought only existed in novels. A man who's every bit as scarred and mistrusting as he is. One who has no interest in being dragged into another relationship with anyone. Having spent his life living as a living study of doomed relationships, Maris is well aware of the courtship and fiasco that invariably follows. Still, there's something about Tuur he can't resist. Something that won't let him walk away when he knows he should. Now, Maris, I think Maris was pretending to be straight when he's gay in the previous books, if I'm not mistaken. Or, I mean, that's the only way that can work. The struggle. I don't know why the cover looks like this. It's not in ARC, I don't think. But it's just printed. It's like a large print, but it's not listed as being a large print either. But if you, like, it's not even, it's just odd print. Like, the cover is all stretched and wonky. I don't know why it looks like that. But that's, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the main reasons I haven't read it yet. Because every time I pick it up, I'm like, what kind of bootleg shit? I'm persnickety, y'all. I'm persnickety as fuck. And then I have Once and Future by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. Corey McCarthy. Why can't I talk today? I can't talk. I need a drink. Clearly, I don't even have a drink. I've been drinking water for weeks and weeks and weeks. It apparently ain't helping. This is a book that I got in an aluminum crate box. So it is a special sprayed edge edition that does not have a dust jacket on it. I'm in love with it because it's gorgeous and teal is one of my favorite colors. It is a queer and gender-bent retelling of the Arthurian legend. So it has a female reincarnation of King Arthur. And then it also has, I believe, Merlin and the Knights of the Round Table. I don't know who else is gender-bent or if they're all gender-bent. But it literally says queer reinvention on the back. So, reading it for Pride Month. I don't know if whose relationship is with who all is queer, who's not, who's gender bent, who's not, except for the main character, who, Ari, who is the reincarnation, English Lauren, who is the reincarnation of Arthur. Fuck. I'm struggling. So that is the 5th book that I am reading for Pride Month. And then I have 4 more books in my hand. Oh, actually 5. Okay, I lied. I do have some other Smutathon books, but they might go away when I figure out where the hell they sit on the thing. So there is Dark Viking by Sandra Hill. This is a time travel smut, like there's a blur. A few authors confuse erotica and drop dead humor like Hill. So I was like, okay, funny smut, I'm here for it. And then I read on the back that the main character is she was a stunt double who kind of got drafted into the Navy as a SEAL. And then she ended up accidentally transported back in time and a Viking fished her out of the water. I don't know, there's a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty much sure I thought this was just straight flat out historical romance. You see on the back it is a Goodwill buy, well not Goodwill, ARC, which is a thrift store in Denver when I lived there. And at that time, like, it was like half price day for whatever color, or this was just $1 anyway, but I'm thinking I got it for 50 cents. And I was just like, ooh, Viking romance, yank. And never even flipped it over. But, I mean, we're gonna give it a shot. Then there's also Never After by Lowell K. Hamilton. I'm pretty sure this is an anthology of, like, not happily ever after romances, from what I can understand. So, this is a blurb on the back. It says, the bonds of love, the bonds of matrimony, the bonds between husband and wife, some bonds are made to be broken. Here for the first time ever are 4 stories based on the classic idea of the fairy tale wedding, except for this time the damsels aren't the ones in distress. Okay, so maybe not, and maybe it's not a happily never after type deal, but maybe it's, I don't know, it's just dark because paranormal, what the fuck ever. It has stories by Lowell K. Hamilton, Yasmin Galenorn, Marjorie M. Liu, and Sharon Shen. Now, Marjorie M. Liu is a person whose books I have but have not read yet. The first one, Can He Bake a Cherry Pie by Lowell K. Hamilton. The story of a princess who decides to take her own destiny in hand and rescue a pampered Prince Charming from an evil sorceress. And then in parentheses, Can He Bake a Cherry Pie? In The Shadow of Mist by Yasmin Galenorn, a Selkie on the run from a century-old broken marriage arrangement has finally found true love, only to have the darkness from her past return to threaten both her and her dearly beloved. In The Tangleroot Palace by Marjorie M. Liu, it's the tale of a young princess who escapes a betrothal to a warlord by entering a magical forest. But when the evil queen sends her on a quest, she faces a danger more perilous than marriage. And then the last one is something else about a princess who refuses her boring betrothed. The king holds a competition to see who. Don't know because there's a sticker. But that one... Marjorie Yasmin. So that one is by Sharon Shen. The only 2 authors I know of out of this anthology are Lowell K. Hamilton and Marjorie M. Liu. Lowell K. Hamilton stuff, like I said, is always smutty. Marjorie M. Liu, I have no idea. But I do have, yeah, like this one, her paranormals. The Fire King was part of a Durkin Steele novel. Durkin Steele is the series. Struggle. Then I have A Secret Fire, which I know for sure Johanna Lindsey stuff is historical, but they always are a little kind of smutty, and I just want to read it, so I'm going to make it fit, even if it's not all that smutty. I don't have that much like flat out smut. Physical, they're all Kindle, and it is a bitch to like just scroll through Kindle. It's like trying to find a book through Kindle is like trying to scroll through Netflix, but you don't get the summaries on the side. You have to like fucking open it to remember what the hell it is. I ain't got time for that shit. If I don't remember what it is looking at the cover and it don't say nothing next to it, I just keep fucking scrolling. Somebody who worked on Kindle, can we fix that shit, please? And this one, this is one that I showed you guys and learned the summary of when I did one of my last videos, Veda, which is, I think it was my corniest cover romances, something like that, where it says he caught a glimpse of her from the window of his carriage, but the young Russian prince knew he had to have her. Basically, this Russian prince was like riding up the road and he saw this bitch and he liked her, and he just basically like plucked her off the street like a dandelion and was just like, mine. I needed to read it after that. I needed to. It's so extra. I needed to read it. Then I have 2 indies that I need to finish up from last month. There is Heirs of Fate by Mara Luciano. This one is 3 fantasy novellas. The first one, Dia must marry in order to escape her mother's war-torn legacy. The second one, The Huntress Blessed by the Gods, little more than an exalted murderer. As her royal lover continues to torment the desperate and dying people from the kingdom, her only solace exists in wineskins. And then Storm Mistress. Jade has no trouble remembering what her brave and foolish foray into the pirate quarter once cost her. Blood and destruction. Now clever backdoor deals and swift thrusts of her hips bring her that much closer to stopping the monsters of her island from abusing their power. So, 3 novellas, 3 different women. The entire anthology is called Heirs of Fate. I am super behind on that one. And then I also need to finish Vigil by PBL Bang. This one is a kind of an urban fantasy that the author says is inspired by his love of comic books. This is the one, if you remember, from my TBR in April. I didn't do one for May. Oh shit. That had all the like kind of, has like all of the like militant superhero characters. And it came with these character cards that say welcome to the world of Vigil on the back, which I thought was super damn cool. Also, the author also sent me like a thank you card for considering his book, which I thought was super fucking cool. But also like the premise of the book is super fucking cool. So, Lamalia is the home of the Wonder Metal Deridium that has revolutionized modern society. When the newly elected president of this small island nation is gunned down and creates a power vacuum filled by his opponent that sets off a chain of events that reshapes the geopolitical landscape. A world away, the U.S. government launches its first superhuman defense initiative, Vigil. But yes, that's the summary of the book, and it has really awesome characters. It has Black and Native American characters. It has characters, I believe, that are struggling with either their religion or their sexuality, if I remember correctly. But super excited to read this. I started it, and then, like I said, I was just so intent on trying to write last month, and then I didn't have any time with beta in April to read that I just have not been fucking reading. Or if I've been reading, it's stuff I don't need to pay attention to. Or if I've been reading, I just get distracted and put it down. But those are books that I want to read for this month. So we covered Smutathon, we covered Pride, and we covered some indie books that I need to finish. And then once again, let me remind you guys that the live show for the Wicked Spirits Book Club, in which the book is Guilty Pleasures by Laurel K. Hamilton. High-key paranormal, low-key very smutty, maybe high-key very smutty. I ain't finished it yet, so we'll see. I read them late on purpose so that I can I can remember shit, and I shouldn't have did this without a drink in my hand. I'm all over the fucking place. But anyway, live show for that is June 9th. It will be here on my channel this time. It will be me, Branda, and Branda. I was legit, like, I heard it before I said it, about say Branda and Amandy. It'll be me, Brandy, and Amanda. English, Lauren. Jesus, I done renamed everybody. At 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Night in the morning. Yep. That is all I have for this video. Editing this is gonna fucking suck because I was all over the place. But I will talk to you guys later. And keep an eye out. I will be trying to vlog Smutathon, and I will also be vlogging specifically The Mister by E.L. James, because I'm a masochist or something. I just have a feeling in my gut, Jesus, this ain't gonna go well. Pray for me. And I will catch y'all later. Bye. Pretty sure I just fucked up my focus. Shit.